What a day yesterday, man. The NFL tampering. Here's the funniest thing is the league year doesn't even open until tomorrow, but you got all these deals happening. Browns, busy yesterday. Happy to see Mo Hurst back. I'm fine with Zadarius Smith's deal. I like Jordan Hicks, your Mike linebacker now. And we want some crab legs this morning. Jameis Winston? Famous Jameis? What? And I put the poll out, and it's approaching 1,000 votes already from yesterday. Ryan Tyler back. Happy to see you, Ryan.
Good to see you, man.
Screaming at us in Ndamukong Kung Su yesterday for our immaculate grid.
I was like, bad. How'd you guys not get that?
That's our bad. We missed out on the grid. We got redemption today on the grid. But nonetheless, the Browns. Remember when everybody wanted the Browns to go get Ndamukong Kung Su too as well? But anyway, Jameis Winston. Now, I sent a tweet out yesterday that got some people riled up where I said I don't hate it. And I think it comes back to a core issue that we have got to discuss this morning. Ryan, I need you to clip something I'm going to say to the people this morning. Because there are some delusional Browns fans out there. Always have been. But you got to remember, we're talking about the backup quarterback. We'll discuss that. We'll get to our Twitter question. We might even have more news coming out today as our show rolls on. We got the grid. We got the bracket. We got morning update. We got time up. We got it all for you right here on a 2 for Tuesday on Big Play. Welcome on in. Fontana Show. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. I forgot it was 2 for Tuesday because our question has 3 answers.
You're right.
To it.
I forgot about that as well.
Maybe we said it. It's a 3 for Tuesday because I got 3 answers in our Twitter question. We'll get to all that coming up. Free agency hot and heavy with the Browns, with the NFL right now. Kirk Cousins, Atlanta. Remember how he said he was going to test free agency? He signed an hour and a half in and goes down
the bag. Dude, nobody could ever turn that down.
He has made $411 million in the NFL. Kirk Cousins. That's a lot of Target stuff he can buy. Yeah, he's into Target. He's into Kohl's. Did you see what the
was that on the quarterback show or something? I didn't watch it.
Did you see what the Falcons tweeted? It was every Target within the vicinity of downtown Atlanta.
Is that what?
Do you get it now?
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, I was a little bit
because he's like the dad, I guess. So he's got something. And trust me, I love Target. I'm not again. I love Target. I love Kohl's. But apparently he shops there. Like, that's where it is. You buy a lot of stuff there, $411 million in his career. So he gets a bag. He's gone. Sorry. Dude, the running back, Saquon Barkley. He's making as much as Gabe Davis. Azeez Al-Shaair, a linebacker, got more money than Saquon Barkley.
Gardner Minshew got $10 million.
I know.
Yearly, annually, I mean, they're
potentially to go be the starter
a little bit more, but I mean, what we knew it was going to be that way.
Dude, it's crazy right now. And I saw a tweet yesterday, and I think it resonates with some of the things that happened. And the tweet was, there's a lot of bad money spent on the first day of NFL free agency, which yesterday was in essence of that, of the legal tampering period. And you had that thing where Will Lutz was going to leave and go, and then he left, and he goes back, and he goes back in the deal, whatever. But there can be some bad money spent. And there were some deals that make you scratch your head. With what Christian Wilkins, with what Chris Jones, like, Myles Garrett's going to need a pay raise. You want to know one of my biggest takeaways from yesterday? Myles Garrett's not playing on the deal that he's on for very much longer. You got guys that are in nowhere. I would say nowhere, but they're not Myles Garrett.
Brian Burns.
See, I'm a big Brian Burns fan. So like that, but
he's making $30 a year.
Yeah, but you talk about that deal that they passed up on. They gave up 2 1s.
I know.
2 1s for Brian Burns 16 months ago.
To win 2 games.
What? You talk about malpractice. That's the Carolina Panthers. Browns are in a good spot. Yesterday, I thought was a really solid day for them. I'm happy to have Mo Hurst back. I think that was a great... Out of him and Shelby Harris, I actually think Mo Hurst flashed a little more. So I'm fine with that. I think you did the right thing with Zadarius Smith. 2-year deal, modest money. You see the money that was getting thrown around on defensive line. I'm happy that Zadarius Smith is back. I am. But now this Jameis stuff comes out. And the Browns are reportedly interested. Flacco is still there. And I want to get to our Twitter questions this morning. Because I asked, if it were up to you out there as the voting people, who would you want as the Browns backup? And I said Justin Fields. I just wanted to see how that would go. Jameis Winston, and of course, Joe Flacco. Here's what I need you to clip, Ryan, because I got to send this out to some people. And this is a statement about Jameis Winston, about Joe Flacco, and maybe even Justin Fields. I said, I don't hate the Jameis Winston idea. He's younger than Joe Flacco, maybe fits a little bit more. And I got these tweets. He's terrible, Matt. You don't watch football. There's a reason he's a backup quarterback. People are forgetting this. We're talking about the backup. You are not getting some all-pro guy to come in here and be your backup. There is a reason that these guys are not starters anymore. You have got to keep that in mind for people. Jameis Winston's a turnover machine. Do you think that's maybe why he's not a starter anymore? Do you think that's maybe why we're having conversations about the backup? This town has become so drunk on the backup quarterback is going to have to play, and I'm here to tell you he shouldn't. In a real world, they shouldn't have to. With what Joe Flacco did last year, people now think that's the norm. It's not. Normally, when your starting quarterback goes down, your season is fried. He willed us to the playoffs, and we have a really good defense. I get all of it. And I'm not trying to downplay the importance of a backup. But the people that are up in arms freaking out that it has to be this guy or it has to be that guy, they shouldn't play. In an ideal world, we're going to bitch and moan about which guy. I don't want them to see the field. I don't want them to have to play. And in a way, Ryan, we're missing the big point. We are missing the big issue in all of this is Deshaun Watson. And the backup on the pressure that it puts on Watson or how it might help Watson or if they have to bench him. If they bench Deshaun Watson, and this actually has to come to fruition of we argue on which backup way, we got bigger problems, man. We got a lot of bigger problems whether or not Flacco or Winston is here. I just think it's funny that people have lost sight of that so much. They are conditioned in this town because of what happened. We're now conditioned that your backup's got to play 5 games. And yes, ideally, you would like a solid backup that can go in there and play. Folks, Jameis Winston can do that for you. Joe Flacco can do that for you. The anger, the upset that people get over this, they shouldn't play. In an ideal world, they should not play. But this has been elevated to the forefront of all the fans because they had to play last year. So people are now thinking that this is the most important thing. And Jameis Winston actually would be a serviceable backup quarterback, I think, because I don't expect him to play. I don't want him to play.
Matt, I was never here for the hoopla about the backup quarterback. I was saying that all last week, and it remains the same today. I don't understand why everybody's. Let me rephrase that.
Sure.
I do understand why everybody's obsessed with Joe Flacco. It's because we saw what he did last year. You want to call Jameis Winston a turnover machine? Yeah, he does. Joe Flacco does the exact same thing.
I got a couple of those tweets.
Yeah, yep. Jameis Winston, he had his famous 30 for 30 season, 30 touchdowns, led the league in yards, 30 picks. I get it. Joe Flacco did the same exact thing. And you're exactly right, Matt. You pretty much said everything I was going to say because I didn't talk to you yesterday, so I wasn't sure your thoughts on it. It doesn't matter who the hell is our backup quarterback. I don't care.
I don't care. Matter.
I don't care.
It shouldn't.
I don't care. Jameis Winston, I can make an argument is better fit, better for us than Joe Flacco is.
I would agree with you on that.
You're latching onto these last 4 games or 6 games that you saw from Joe Flacco last season.
I agree.
And you're getting drunk on it. Drink some water, eat some bread. It doesn't matter. You're going to wake up feeling the same way, buddy. Like, it's fine. It's Deshaun Watson or nothing. And people just don't want to accept that reality.
They don't, because that is the overarching part of right now is there's a bad part that could go with Deshaun Watson, and then you're stuck in the blender. The thing about Flacco, I think, is a 1 in a million shot. And the thing is, I'm not saying that Jameis Winston could resurrect his career here, but at least you have a chance of that. And then we get to Justin Fields, who
That's a different story.
But here's the thing. I've made it known, and I'm going to continue to say it. I'd love Justin Fields to come here. And if these reports that keep coming out that they're not going to get this too, and this keeps falling down the ladder here, and think about all the other spots. Minnesota now needs a quarterback. They're not sending him there. They're not going to trade him in division. If there's only a couple other suitors for him and a third-round pick gets it done, do it yesterday.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. Fields is Fields is totally different. It's.
Oh, I got those tweets though. He's washed, and
washed. Somebody said Justin
sucks.
Fields is washed.
No, dude, did you see my tweet the other day? Apparently it's coming out that other
How old is he,
teams
24?
have higher ceilings for Sam Darnold and Drew Lock over Justin Fields.
Yeah,
what world do we live
I don't
in?
understand that.
Well, I think that could be the game plan of them continuing to knock down the price for Justin Fields. And I will fully admit, I might be too high on Justin Fields.
But that's the thing. You're not, because we don't know what he is.
It's a lottery ticket.
He's totally different than.
It's a lottery ticket.
He's way in another world different than Jameis and Joe Flacco. Like this, he's played for one team. He's 24. He's not even hit his second contract yet. Like that's totally different realm of player that Justin Fields is in. And you're right. If it comes to a thing where somehow his stock has fallen so much, where really the only place I see now is legit either the Raiders maybe or the Broncos. You're not going to the Commanders. They're probably going to draft a quarterback. Patriots just got Brissett. I don't know what the hell's going on with Justin Fields. I don't know if they know something we don't. It's weird.
I don't know. And I want to chalk it up to I think he was in a bad system in Chicago.
But we've seen teams roll over and give up so much more for players that I know had a dramatically lower ceiling.
That's kind of my thing on Fields. If you're going to bring somebody in to be your backup, people also are forgetting with the backup. They expect that guy to be a seasoned vet or somebody that has to step in and play. That is meant to be a developmental role. And I like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. You want to keep him on the team as a development, sure. Why not, if possible, to go get Justin Fields, bring him in here as a development, a lottery ticket, and if things go really bad with Deshaun Watson, you have Justin Fields. Here's what you do. You trade for him. You decline his fifth-year option, so he's on a $6 million deal for this season. Watson plays well. All right, you're gone. No problems here. Watson doesn't play well. Then you figure out a way to keep Justin Fields around here and turn things over to him. It makes too much sense for me.
I agree.
But people are hooked. They don't want that because they want somebody...
That's like settling. That's ready to play. That's what I'm saying. Which one? You don't need that.
Exactly. Exactly. This guy should not.
That's
play.
I'll go.
You don't play two quarterbacks.
I'll take winning 4 more games in the regular season to get a first-round exit instead of maybe just buying the chance that I can maybe find a franchise quarterback if Deshaun Watson doesn't work out.
Right.
But instead, we want a 39-year-old who might win us 1 more game.
And we're not anti-Flacco here.
That's what I'm saying.
Sure, if it comes back that it's purposeful, that it makes sense, and that's what the Browns want to do, I'm not going to pick it. I'm not going to sit there and say, get Flacco out of here. I just think for that role, I would rather go with somebody that potentially has a future here. Jameis qualifies a little more than Flacco, and Fields qualifies the best. That's where I'm really coming from this, but people are forgetting that this starts with Deshaun Watson.
But Matt, you hit that
$230 million quarterback.
You hit the nail on the head when you said people are just so conditioned now because of last year to expect this backup quarterback to do that.
They think
and beyond that, we're
again.
conditioned from, is it because we're so used to missing the playoffs and being irrelevant at the end of the season in the last 2 decades that now it's like, oh, we just need to make the playoffs. But realistically, that doesn't do much.
I think it's something else. What have we searched for 24 years?
Yeah, quarterback.
So all we know is a revolving door. All we know is trying out new guys, and we've done everything since 1999. You have drafted first overall twice. You have signed middle-of-the-road veteran guys. You've paid big money for free. Remember Jeff Garcia? You gave good money to him to come in here. That didn't work. You had a resurgence of Derek Anderson. You've tried the Jake Delomes. You've tried late-round picks. You've tried first-round picks. We have run the gambit, and we finally came to the point where you thought that was going to work. You threw big money at a guy which should be entering the prime of his career. He was only available because of the off-the-field stuff. He was in the situation he was because of the off-the-field stuff. That was new, but that was also, Ryan, probably the best look that you had at it, right? Of the franchise.
Yeah.
Prior to that,
Yeah.
it was Baker. The best look that you had was Baker. And we thought it was going to work. I still thought there was a world that it could have. That's neither here nor there. But you tried to go this route with Watson. So now that we've hit a little adversity to it, what do people know? Change. Try it again. Oh, just run it back. Try it again. Try it again. Do something else. And I'm not discrediting people that will jump and say, you saw tangible things with Joe Flacco. It wasn't just one game. He did it for a month. I still think that was lightning in a bottle. I still think that was just a 1 in a million shot. You still lost in the playoffs. And I'm looking at the bigger picture. I think this is another part of it too. Some people are looking at the micro of this season of if Watson can't play or if he sucks or if he gets hurt, to have somebody to go in. I'm looking a little more macro. I'm looking a little bigger on the overall future of this team. Because if this season goes bad, then I'm looking, what is 2025 and 2026, and what are we going to do to persevere on as a franchise? I get it's a game-by-game thing and sometimes a year-by-year. I'm more looking at this now of a bigger picture. I will look at this of the next 5 years. Now, the Browns were doing that when they traded for Deshaun Watson. They thought he'd be here for 10 years. They thought he'd be playing well. And I want to say this too. There's still a world that happens. There is still that world that everything turns around this year, quiets everything down. He plays well, and he is here for 10 years. People are discarding that too. They don't want to think about that. So if you've got that mindset, which really should be our mindset, he's going to turn it around and be fine, then what does it matter who the backup quarterback is? And again, I'd roll the dice on a guy like Justin Fields. I think we talked about security blankets, right? How people feel like Joe Flacco is the security blanket for the Browns. He might be for this season. Folks, Justin Fields is your security blanket for the franchise for the next 5 years. And maybe he sucks. Maybe these people on Twitter are telling me you're right. He's bad. He's just not good. I'm putting too much on it. Okay, maybe so. But at least there's an opportunity there. At least there's some open window. I don't think Joe Flacco's here for 3 years. I don't think Jameis Winston's here for 5 years to fix it. And am I safeguarding? Sure. But my number one priority is to get Deshaun Watson right. They did that with Jerry Jeudy trade. Ryan, you weren't even here. What did you think of the trade?
It's a simple, low risk, high reward trade. So it's like I would never be upset about it. I think he's a great player in a bad situation who in Denver they view as so far has been a bust, which he was. He was a first round pick, but we saw new scenarios work out for a lot of players. I mean, it can't be that much worse than Elijah Moore. No offense to Elijah Moore. I don't think he played up to his trade, and we got Jerry Jeudy for less, so I'm excited for it.
I'm all for it. I really am. So our Twitter question is up. I tweeted out yesterday. We retweeted it this morning. We're asking everybody, if it were up to you, however you want to qualify this, who would your backup quarterback be for the Browns? Over 1,100 votes already. Joe Flacco, Jameis Winston, or Justin Fields. Here's the interesting thing. Jameis is out of this. He's only got 12%. You got 43% for Joe Flacco. You got 45% for Justin Fields.
Well, yeah.
You want me to rip through some tweets? I got a lot of responses to this. You ready?
Yeah.
Ed, I'd start Fields. He's a legitimate difference-making talent. Okay, fine.
He'd start Fields.
He would start Justin Fields from Ed on Twitter.
Okay.
Browns horror. I'd easily give a 5 for Fields. They're not getting a 2 or a 3 for him. Mike says depend the cost. Zach said he'd be a great back. Fields would be a great backup to Nick Chubb at running back. So that's a shot at Justin Fields there. T is hungry. Give me Justin Fields. Add a deep threat. Watch this offense cook. David, Fields would start if we got him. Joker. Chris. Justin Fields, the most overrated, underperforming quarterback in the history of football.
It's not even close.
Joe, Justin Fields is awful. Moo, I don't think Fields would even be an option, but people picking Flacco over him is the dumbest thing ever.
I agree with that.
Let's see. I got additional replies that might contain sensitive things here. Dean says, not as lopsided. Okay, whatever. Sports bias. We aren't getting Fields, but anybody that would say him is their delusional infant. I like Flacco, but the guy throws so many picks. If Watson threw 2 pick sixes in the playoffs, fans would burn Cleveland to the ground.
That's a good tweet.
A little bias there for Flacco, which I get. Are you shocked that it's that close with Fields and Flacco? Which is like crazy. That's just like these guys could not be more polar opposites of how they play the game, their age, their all of it. And you would think, again, go with the what GM would sit there and say, I did take
It's because
Joe Flacco?
people are delusional and think they legitimately have a chance to go to the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. But I think that says more about how.
Sure.
I think that says it's because of how blinded they are because they're so done over Deshaun. But the reality of it is those 6 games, Joe Flacco was amazing before the playoffs. Okay, but and is that a testament to Joe Flacco? Sure. But really, any decent quarterback with the weapons that we had around him, yeah, we still need another receiver. I get that. But with Kevin Stefanski calling plays, and you have a defense that gets you the ball back whenever you need it, a decent quarterback should go in there and thrive like Joe Flacco did. And yeah, I get Deshaun Watson hasn't really done that yet. He's been unlucky with his health. He came back from suspension, wasn't good. He couldn't really get a flow this season. He got hurt. And we have to wait till we see next season whether we like it or not. But the reality is, this guy could come in next season. He could be amazing. He could be better than Joe Flacco. Obviously, I hope he is, and he should be. But why are people so obsessed with Joe?
I get it. That's the thing. I get it. I completely understand.
See through it. But you can see through it, but people can't.
I'm asking people to take that next step.
But they refuse because I don't know why they don't.
I kind of know why. It comes back to
let me know.
This overall. We want it so bad. People want this so bad, so they want what they've seen. Because the unknown is scary. The unknown is scary. And technically, of all the options, Joe Flacco is the one that people feel like they know the best of, even more than Deshaun Watson. What are the debates that we had in the season, right after the season? We just bash our head against the wall. Is Watson good or bad? Is Watson good or bad? This half against Baltimore, but then this half here and what he did here. It's just this back and forth. People feel like they know more about Joe Flacco, so they feel more confident in it.
And that's such.
And they won't take the next step.
You're right. That's probably exactly why. And it's a mindset that won't get you to where you want to go, and that's the Super Bowl
mindset. I mean,
the quarterback I probably know the most about that I've seen play, and he's been the most average guy for the last 10 years. Derek Carr, right? I feel like that's a perfect dude to call the average.
You
NFL
know
quarterback.
what Derek Carr is exactly. You know it. Now that can be good or bad.
No serious playoff contender is going there and getting Derek Carr as their quarterback.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That comes back to the other thing about the NFL. Teams that don't have a quarterback, they overvalue guys. They overvalue guys. Because you look at him, you say, he's the fix. That's what we need.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins. Can he win a Super Bowl? I actually think maybe. Sure. So that's where Atlanta, if I asked the Atlanta Falcons and Arthur Blank, owner of Home Depot, to go, do you think Kirk... Yeah, you didn't know that's where he made his money. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Home Depot. Mm-hmm. Big Home Depot. Took my son. We built a butterfly box. You know, they do kids... like first Saturday, the little thing for the parents out there, sign up. You got to sign up because if you show up like I did last time, I did sign up. They're like, we got a spot for you, but you really need to sign up. The first Saturday of every month, they do a kids workshop. Cool. And you can go in. My parents took him to one when they were watching him over the winter. He built a birdhouse. A couple weeks ago, we went and we built a butterfly house. And they get like a little Home Depot vest and they get a pin and you sit there and you build whatever. So it's great. So if I went to Arthur Blank, owner of Home Depot and the kids' workshop, thank you. And I said to him, do you think Kirk Cousins could win a Super Bowl? You and I have the answer of like, yeah, maybe. His answer is, well, yes, of course. Yes. Better be. That's not the reality because they don't have a quarterback. The race is on to get one, so you overvalue guys. And that's where it's the most important position in sports, and we know all that. So it gets twisted that way of how that works out. But when you have a guy that shows you what you need, we all want to get to the level of you don't got to think about it. Even for a bad year for Joe Burrow, even for a bad year, I think, for Jalen Hurts, too, you still have confidence in that guy. You still think that he's going to be the guy. You all strive to be the elite. And this is another thing, too, we got to remember. Why was Tom Brady so elite? Why is Patrick Mahomes so elite? Because they do it every year. Because they do it every year. It's not an up and down. And even their bad years, even Tom Brady's bad years, Ryan, they won 10 games. That is what makes him elite. That is what makes Patrick Mahomes Patrick Mahomes. He does it every year. So to go back to guys that you just know who they are, there's good and bad with that. You know what you're getting. There's a floor there, but then there's that ceiling that's not quite there. The thing is, we have no idea about Deshaun Watson. Nobody. And if you want to try to tell me, I'm going to tell you you're wrong because you don't know. None of us actually know. So the Browns have to hold out that hope until they find out and they get that answer. Once we get the answer, then we can pivot. And that comes back to why I would take Fields. Because if you got to pivot, at least you got a backup option here. At least you have somebody to fall back on. The other thing, and I don't want to discredit this, and I want to talk more about the signings, and I got a lot of Jameis Winston tweets and all that. The thing is, the Browns, who are very smart, have probably had conversations. What do we do if Watson isn't it? If it goes bad this year, and through 15 games or 12 games or however it is, he's just not it. What is our break glass in case of emergency? And they have probably discussed, do we go back to the draft? Do we enter this free agency pool? I mean, step one in that is getting out of the Watson deal.
Yeah. It's got...
Which, what have I been telling you? What have I been telling you? They have yet to restructure it. They still made the moves they made yesterday.
Go get Fields.
I mean, I guess they could still restructure because this money doesn't hit the books until tomorrow. You got to get Chubb's deal restructured. But what have I been telling you? That they're not going to restructure it because they want to take a bite out of this to maintain flexibility for the future. But I digress. They got to understand what that path would be. So I guess my point is this. They could say, we don't need Justin Fields because if Watson goes belly up, we're going elsewhere anyway. And I hate to say it, we might be in another rebuild. And we might be in a tank, and you might be going to get Arch Manning in the draft a couple of years. I don't know. I didn't think of any other young quarterbacks coming up in the NCAA. Whatever.
Aaron Nolan?
Yeah, Aaron Nolan. We'll go get him. What's Lincoln Kleinholz up to? You know, that might be the path, but they're smart. I guarantee you they at least have discussed it to say, what is the future plan? So that might be a reason why we don't even entertain Justin Fields. Because if it goes bad with Watson, we're going some complete other direction anyway. We're going to go to the draft or we're going to go get another free agent. It might not even be in their cards right now. It'd be in mine. I would do it, but that's where I'm at.
But I'm blown that Justin Fields, like you put Justin Fields in there as an option, and I'm blown that he's still basically tied with Joe Flacco. That is mind-boggling.
A little crazy.
I want to know people who are saying Justin Fields is bad. I want to know how much really they've watched him play football.
No,
because I guarantee you it's minimal.
That's the thing. It's tough to evaluate a guy like him when he does everything by himself. It's like there were games that were a little Lamar Jackson-esque that he had to do everything by himself. And you would instantly say, all right, well, if you put him on a team with talented guys, then he just would be good. The other side is you get a misnomer when that guy is doing everything by himself because you can inflate some things, or he does. The thing that with Fields that some people might not like is he had to do everything himself because he was missing wide open guys or because he didn't read the defense and make the right throw and do this and do that. So that's why he was running for his life or making it. I just know this. I've seen Justin Fields on an NFL field make some really big plays, both with his legs, but I've seen some dimes of a throw. I've seen some plays from him
and I've seen
that
a lot
I go,
of plays, his receivers straight up.
I like
it.
that. I like it. And it's crazy to see that the rest of the league is not seeing it the same way that we are. I don't know. You got to buy at least a little part of the rest of the league doesn't want Justin Fields because he's still available. He's still there. And maybe they're holding out to get a lesser thing from the Bears. And
the Bears are holding him hostage.
Well, the thing is, they know that the Bears are on a ticking clock right now. They got until, what's the draft, 30 days away? Whatever. It's probably more than that, but whatever. You know, I think we're 50 days away from the draft a little while ago.
Could you imagine if they were blowing smoke up everybody's ass and didn't draft Caleb Williams?
They are. I would bet my house that they're not doing that. I think they're drafting Caleb Williams. And the other teams know that they eventually have to get rid of Fields. The same thing, though. The Raiders. They want Gardner Minshew. I ain't knocking Gardner Minshew. That's fine. No, we're good there. I don't know. It's interesting going on. Do you want me to read through some Jameis Winston tweets? I got a lot on this, too. So I sent it out about I don't hate Jameis Winston. Can I talk Jameis Winston for a second, please? Yes, he throws a lot of interceptions. Yes, that's the reason he's not the starter anymore. The reason I said I don't hate it is I like it a little more than Flacco. And maybe I'm being age bias in this, and I'm looking more at, again, the big picture of, is Jameis a potential future? I don't think so. But I want to make it clear, and maybe I should have done a better job in this tweet. I'm not saying it's Jameis Winston or bust. I'm not sitting here saying Jameis Winston's going to fix things. If you want to come here, if that's a sign, great. Here's the tweet. Not Jameis from Eric. Never are Williams. Those same Browns fans have been wrong so many times year after year, year after year. Swag on Twitter, I don't see Flacco coming back. RJ, I feel like they're pretty much the same quarterback, Flacco and Jameis Winston. You get excited by one throw, and then they make a terrible one. Justin, I like it. Jan's on Twitter, I like it. Cleese Sports Skeptic, I guess it would make more sense from a playbook perspective, and it shuts down a possible quarterback controversy. I tell you, man, I don't think that's going to stop anything. Johnny, terrible. I hate it. From Dennis. Keon, nah, I wouldn't do it. DJ Houdat, he's not that bad from Jameis. That's the thing for a backup. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
Here.
Like, this is a guy not too far
David,
removed.
I was like, I don't hate it. And David goes, you should hate it. Joe, I hate this. It's all about Watson's fragile confidence. What a joke. Do you think that factors into all this?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Maybe the Browns are thinking, holy shit, maybe if we actually start Joe Flacco, or not start him, but bring him back, it's Deshaun Psyche. But, Matt, the reality is, it could be Joe Flacco, it could be Jameis Winston, it could be Justin Fields. For all this hoopla that's going into it, it's a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. It doesn't fix anything, and it's crazy to me that people are so up in arms about this guy because you said it best. He said he loves Cleveland. He said if he said anything about
he hooked some people,
or the
man.
Rock Hall, people would be going on a jet to go get him. And you're so right, and it's crazy how much he hooked us in on 6 games.
I agree. So at the end, that Twitter question is up. We'll see more. Haven't seen any big moves this morning from around the league. Of course, Aaron Jones leaving the Packers. He's going to go to Minnesota. That was the big one this morning. Some big money handed out, and we'll go through some of that in the morning update coming up. Let's talk about the Browns' moves yesterday. Number 1, Jordan Hicks, linebacker. My biggest thing, it broke the mold a little bit for the fact of he's 31. It's a little above that age, gave him a couple-year deal. This guy's a tackling machine. 5 straight years of 100 tackles, and he had 107 tackles last year in just 13 games. He is now your Mike linebacker to replace Anthony Walker, who left, and then, of course, Sione Takitaki moving on as well. Hicks, good, fine. I like that deal. Linebacker, you needed to do it. You need to get this JOK deal done. And don't forget about some of the guys here. I think they'd like to see Tony Fields take another step forward here at maybe that other linebacker position. You assume for those that don't know, the linebackers are usually called the Mike, the Will, and the Sam. Strong side linebacker, middle linebacker, weak side linebacker. The strong side linebacker is meant to go to the strong side of the formation where the tight end is or where the wide receivers are lined up. And they're meant usually to be more of a run stuffer because usually run towards the power side of it. Your will linebacker is meant to actually be Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. He can get after the quarterback, the little bit of pass rush, and can be good in coverage. I think it lines up that way well. You need to go find a Sam linebacker. Maybe that's Tony Fields. We'll see. To the D-line, Zadarius Smith, I like that deal. For the money that got thrown around, and I'm shocked that he didn't get it more money, to be honest with you. It comes back to that rotating carousel of other pass rushers opposite of Myles Garrett. And you've had these stopgaps. You've tried these guys. This is like Jadeveon Clowney 2.0, for Zadarius Smith. And we'll try it for a little while. I like Zadarius. I'm fine with him being here. I think he was productive at times last year. Good to roll it out because, Ryan, when I saw that money that's getting thrown around for some of these D linemen, that Yetur Gross-Matta from the Panthers, he got like $9 million. He has done nothing.
That's a Panther. Don't throw money at anyone.
Well, no, they let him go. The 49ers signed him. The 49ers gave him that money. And you go, what? And there's elite guys. Brian Burns is elite. Christian Wilkins is elite. Chris Jones is elite. But I don't mind staying away from that pool. I'm fine not dipping my toe in that water because that money was getting thrown around fast yesterday for those D-line. And don't forget in free agency that these GMs and these teams, they're still human. So when they sit there and see everybody else throwing money and making moves, they get there and they get a little antsy. And they go, okay, we better throw some moves. And there's always that pressure, too, of we got to get this guy before somebody else does. It's like the draft. When guys hit free agency, there are GMs that fall in love with a guy. And they go, we got to get him here. We have to have him here. That causes you to overdraft them in the draft or overpay them in free agency. So there's a little bit of that there was a race to get some of these guys and qualify these deals and do all that. But I'm fine with Zadarius Smith. Same thing with Mo Hurst. As we enter today, I thought about this question too. So I'll just ask it to you, Ren. If this was it for the Browns, you re-sign Hurst, you bring in Hicks, you got Zadarius Smith, you traded for Jerry Jeudy. Would that be it? Would you be good with that? That's it. That's everything. You don't make another move. You got the team you got. Would that be okay for you? I'll answer. I'm down. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm fine with
good.
not throwing a crap ton of money
good.
at a position where it's just kind of a filler more than a need, which I think was pretty much where the Browns stand right now. Every position, they're pretty much at the very least they're filled. Like, I get a depth guy here and there, but we kind of did that last year. I don't know. You want to roll out with Delpit and Juan? Who's your third guy then? Who do we lose? McLeod's gone.
I mean, you could re-sign Rodney McLeod if you wanted to, right?
He's old. He came off the torn pack. I think he's kind of cooked.
You got Ronnie Hickman.
Ronnie Hickman, sure. If they truly believe in him.
I do.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be upset, but I wouldn't mind going to see them get another guy. But then again, it's like I'm not necessarily sure who would be. I mean, I don't know.
That's why I'm good, man. I'm good. Okay, you want to give me back on safety?
The D-tackle,
another D-tackle. You want to post that from our show account at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a follow this morning if you can. By the way, we're streaming Twitch. We're up on Twitter. We're up on YouTube as well at Matt Fontana Show.
They got Jeudy. That's kind of like...
That's your splash. That's your splash.
It was just a really cheap splash, but not a bad thing.
I don't think so. I mean, it's cheap from your price standpoint, but I don't think cheap for the move for the player. Maybe I'm putting too much on Jeudy. I think it's fine. If the Browns say that this was their offseason before the draft, don't forget about the draft too. And maybe that opened things up now at 54 to make a move. If these were all the Browns' free agency moves, trading for Jerry Jeudy, re-signing Hurst, re-signing Smith, signing Hicks, would you be okay with that? Yes or no? We'll post that up at Matt Fontana Show. The other thing that's kind of gnawing at me a little bit, as I mentioned, the Watson restructure. Is it coming? Is it not? Jack Duffin's been telling us over and over that they're going to do it. It's a smart thing to do. It's the right thing to move. They made these moves. I'm not counting the dollars yet. They still have to do the Chubb restructure, maybe another restructure there. Do they have to do it? I didn't look it over the cap this morning. Browns over the cap. And I don't know if they updated this right away. Let me look here. So as of this right now, they had to have updated it. The Browns have $5 million in cap space. But the thing is, I don't see any of these new signed guys on. No, wait, I see Jerry Jeudy on here. Do I see Hicks? Maybe because the deals aren't announced yet. Let me search real quick. No, they don't. So they don't have some of the guys on here. But according to, again, from over the cap, the Browns have about $5 million in cap space. And that's, again, you still have a restructure potential with Amari Cooper. You still got Nick Chubb's coming.
But I mean, Matt, if you could restructure Deshaun and Amari and free up like what?
But here's the thing. What are you going to do with it now? Other than roll it over. Because don't forget, you can roll cap space over. But then you're cutting your nose off to spite your face. We're going to roll it over then to have more money for Watson next year? Just do it now.
If you can still get a player.
But let me ask you this.
A D-tackle would be nice. A D-tackle would be nice. DJ Reader.
I did hear a lot about DJ Reader.
Eric Armstead.
Still available.
This
is from CBS Sports.
Those are probably the two big tackles, DJ Reader, Eric Armstead. I mean, but then what if you could get like a cheaper Justin Simmons?
All right, here are the top free agents still available this morning.
Johnson.
Well, he's going back to the Eagles. They're after him hot and heavy. What do you need him for, by the way? We're just talking safety.
I mean, you don't need it, but I mean, I don't know if
You're getting drunk, Ryan. You're drunk on free agency and spending money. Don't do it.
Ronnie Hickman, how do I know if
he's not going to play. It's the same thing. You have 2 starters. You got Juan Thornhill. You got Grant Delpit. Ronnie Hickman's probably not going to play.
That's what sucks is because you gave Juan Thornhill guaranteed money.
So
but
what?
He didn't play very well last year, man.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to come on back. He'll be just fine. You got Grant Delpit. Grant Delpit's a stud. He's very good.
You need 2 safeties,
very good.
man.
That's fine. Here are the best available players still from CBS Sports. Number 5 on their list, Danielle Hunter, edge rusher, formerly of the Vikings. 17, Calvin Ridley. See what that is. Kendall Fuller, corner. Tyron Smith, who's supposedly going to the Patriots, is still there. Cameron Curl, safety out. There's a lot of safeties. Patrick Queen's still out there. Chase Young is still out there. Jonah Williams is still out there. You don't want Stephon Gilmore. You don't want Jadeveon Clowney. Trent Brown is still there. Your guy, Marquise Hollywood Brown, is still out there. Here, I'll do this for you.
I'm not even that antsy to get another receiver, Matt. Like, obviously the draft.
Of the top, again, this is just CBS Sports, of their free agency tracker. Of their top 15 guys, there's still only one available. Danielle Hunter. That's it. You want to go top 20? There's only 2.
Yeah, but that's so
but my point is, you want to restructure to get more money to spend it on who? The top guys are gone.
DJ Reader would be sick.
I'm fine. I don't think you need to restructure Deshaun Watson and get DJ Reader here. Restructure Nick Chubb. Restructure somebody else. And I also wonder if DJ Reader even makes sense with Mo Hurst coming back. I don't know.
Well, maybe you need to stay healthy.
I'd like DJ Reader to come. I think he'd be great. I think he's really always stuck to us down there in Cincinnati. I think he'd be a great ad. But what I'm saying is, if you were going to restructure Watson, you were going to do it to go get Christian Wilkins. That ship has sailed.
Then go get Jerome Baker or something.
That's fine. Go sign Jerome Baker. You don't have to restructure Watson to do that.
I'm not saying, I didn't mean to
you
get you riled up about Deshaun Watson.
No, I'm just saying, I'm looking at this, again, from a bigger viewpoint. Sorry, I'm looking for the back door out of this thing of Watson.
I can tell.
I need it. It just needs to be available. It doesn't mean I have to walk through it, but I just need it to be available. And from what you've seen from the Browns to this point, where majority of the free agents are spoken for now, what does that tell you?
I would like another linebacker.
They're the same mindset as I am.
I would like another linebacker.
So would I.
I wouldn't mind. I know you like Ronnie Hickman, and I don't mind him either, but I don't know if he's that good yet.
That's fine. He's your third safety.
All right. Well, yeah, because we didn't need a lot of third.
You needed them because those guys got, and people, I go, injuries and this and that, and that's fine, but
that's the thing, though. Having depth at position players is way more important than quarterback.
And I'll give you one more, too. You still have 54. What if you drafted Jeremiah Trotter Jr.? The 2 J's, Jeremiah Wusu-Koramoah and Jeremiah Trotter Jr. Get those shirts cooked up, ready to go.
Sure, but I don't, oh my God. I think if
like,
the Browns drafted linebacker 54, fans would be so pissed.
No, I don't think so. Here's the thing. I also believe that 54 has now been more open. I still would like a receiver, because I'm so conditioned on that. But now you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. The Browns are in the freest of spots. Jerry Jeudy has opened up my offseason, man. I'm good.
I hope, man. I hope.
What's the worry? We're fine. I'm good, man.
Because, yeah, I understand you
I'm
gave
not
up
looking
a fifth
for
and
a miracle.
You give up a fifth and a sixth, right? It didn't cost you much, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, that's still another year wasted.
But would Jerry Jeudy, would you not feel better about him playing receiver than somebody that you drafted 54?
No, I totally agree.
So then what's the worry?
I'm just saying there's a difference
What's the worry?
There's a difference between a guy like Jerry Jeudy and then
he's not Justin Jefferson, I'm telling you.
No,
I know that.
Obviously.
I know that. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. I'm telling you, even just what the Browns did. What did we need? Wide receiver, a linebacker, and a D tackle. What did they do? Yeah, and a pass rusher. Literally the number one priorities that you had to knock out.
I agree.
You did.
I agree.
Now, we got to understand, and I know you understand this, there's a scale there. You can't go get all pro guys like that. And I know we wanted them to, and we wanted them to go get Christian Wilkins. I never saw that.
All right, Matt, let me ask you this. We didn't talk about this yet. We got to hit this point real quick.
That's fine. We have
all right, running back. What are we doing?
Well, they wanted Zach Moss. We saw that report. I think Noah had that.
Let me ask you, Matt. I was a little bit surprised about all the flock about Zach Moss. Like, he was amazing. A lot of Browns fans were up in arms. They really wanted him. And I get the reports the Browns wanted him too. But I was a little bit. I thought it was a little overblown.
Well, dude, when he played when Jonathan Taylor was out,
Yeah,
he was good. I mean, he was top 10 in the league in rushing for a little while. The thing is, he wants to catch that running back market. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's awful.
Wow, man.
Josh Jacobs got paid the most.
Well, I know. And then what they do?
Actually, I think Saquon annually was more.
Saquon annually, because here's the thing. Saquon's got incentives to get it up to more. But, dude, on a base for Saquon, 13. That's it.
But because
that's insane.
But how can you blame him? Go look at because.
Well, no, I just like they're
and once a team does that, once a team gives a running back a contract.
It never works. It never works.
Scarred.
It never works.
And they get scarred.
I know.
I'm telling you, after that Le'Veon Bell thing, I don't think the Jets would give.
That's a good pull on Le'Veon Bell. You're right. Because you want to point to Zeke. Le'Veon Bell.
That was like a 40.
That's a damn good pull.
And it's not like Le'Veon at that point was older. I think he was like 27 when he signed.
No. Well, remember he took some time off. Remember he left the Steelers, sat out, then went to the Jets.
And they gave him like a 4-year, $50 million, which now would be a good contract.
The thing
now
about
it would be a good contract.
And I know the PA wants to fight this. Here's where I look at it. It's that you have, and I'm not talking kickers and punters. They'll always be different. It's that a position like that with players that are like, I just, in the game of football, I would never have thought of running back is the least important position on the field. If you follow the money,
it's most replaceable.
They are telling us that running back is the least important position. Because there is a lot of turnover because of the wear and tear. But I just never, in my wildest imagination, would have thought that actually is how this plays out. Where you have guys like Saquon Barkley is elite.
Yeah, I know. He
is elite. And he's getting paid like he's a middle-of-the-road middle linebacker.
If you could wrap him in bubble wrap, Matt, they'd be getting paid the same as wide receivers. But the thing is, you can't.
Crazy. It's just I cannot wrap my mind around it.
Because name me a running back who hasn't had an injury that's been at least like 8 games, half a season. It's like you can't.
Well, the other thing is what the league is set up. It's not even about the running backs themselves. It's that they don't want them to run the football. The league is set up to not run the football. It's set up to pass. Even when you throw bad passes, DPI, defensive holding, go look at the stats.
It must be why Arthur Smith got canned.
Skyrocketed. Because the league wants yardage. They want passing. They don't want running backs. They don't want it. So now, I think there's a legitimate gripe, and there's nothing to do about it, for the PA to stand up and go, this is bullshit.
Well, it is.
This is bullcrap.
And it's a little bit different for a guy like Saquon, especially because of how elite you mentioned he is. But not only is he an elite runner, he's an elite pass catcher too.
That's what I'm saying. He's got everything.
Guys like him, Aaron Jones. I'm just trying to shoot at the hip here. Who are some of the best pass catching backs in the league right now?
Austin Eckler,
he's old, but anyway, my point is like you said, yeah, it's not even like these guys are just obsolete. They're not like a Derrick Henry. They're not like a Josh Jacobs, even though Josh Jacobs got paid the bag.
I know,
but yeah, no, I agree with you. It's sad, but it's the reality of the position, and that's why I saw your tweet, Matt. You said I don't care what you do, don't let your kid play running back. And you're exactly right.
There is nothing to be had there. There is nothing to be had there. All right, I'm scrolling through to see if we got anything else. Some minor moves here and there. Daquan Jones, Jalen Reagor's going back. Dude, somebody had a really good tweet. Coda retweeted it. You know that video, JT Realmuto, where that guy's sprinting in and he sits there and he just goes like this? It's like Justin Jefferson when he sees Sam Darnold coming into the huddle. God. Sam Darnold, really?
I don't understand.
That I don't get. You could tell that Minnesota was devastated when Kirk Cousins decided to not go back there. And they should have read the tea leaves to understand that he wasn't going to come there. But now they're in a full-on, what are they going to do? You got to tear it down. You keep Justin Jefferson.
You got to go find, before the trade deadline, trade T.J. Hockenson in that contract. Someone will pick it up. You have to.
I mean, unless you try to go find that quarterback.
That's not going to work.
The thing is, it's funny that they can't get Justin Fields. There's no way the Bears ever trade him there. Would they? If the screws really got tight, and you're up to the draft and nobody wants, at that point, I'd still think they'd jettison somewhere else for 5 just to not send him there. But they're screwed, man. They're in a lot of trouble.
T.J. Hockenson, a game of 4 years, $66 million.
Think about that.
And
coming off an ACL injury, by the way.
Add that up to what you're going to pay Jay Jettas.
Yeah. That's tough, man. That was a real blow to them. And now That division is super interesting because the Packers and the Lions are sitting there going, oh, man, we're in a good spot here. You expect Minnesota to suck. I don't think Chicago's going to be very much with Caleb Williams. Packers. It sucks because I liked Aaron Jones a lot. I did. I thought he was really good. But Josh Jacobs is really good too. And same thing, no money, man. No money for the backs. Nothing to be had. Helps the Browns with Nick Chubb.
Dude, our teams helps. Stop. Like, that's the thing, too. Like, teams
helps
are just,
with Nick Chubb.
Teams are like Josh Jacobs, like the Raiders. They're just giving him, and they did it with Saquon. They're just giving him 1 year deals. And it's like, it does nothing for the team. They suck, and then they're gone.
Well, and you saw this a lot. You know what you saw a lot of yesterday? 3-year deals. There were 3-year deals out the wazoo because a lot of these teams will set it up. You get your money now, then there's a void year. There's no more guarantees. They like that flexibility, sure. So there's a lot of games to be played with the contracts. On how it comes out with all that. All right, we got more coming up with the Browns. We'll see if any more moves come out this morning. Again, just kind of leaking through as we get ready to go for tomorrow with the official league year. We got that coming up. We got the morning update. Cavs last night, I talk crap about Darius Garland, and he goes off. The sad part is it wasn't enough. He put up 30. Cavs still fought to the Suns. I feel better about my take yesterday. I do think the Suns are pretty good. I do. And they showed up. They were sleepwalking. Darius went off in that first quarter. But, oh, boy, man. The Cavs.
There's not much you can take from that game.
Oh, there's something I can take from that game, Ryan. He is a friend of our big play outfit here. I'm done seeing George Niang shoot a basketball, man. I'm done.
Come on, after his 20-piece in Timberwolves?
New rule. Niang doesn't shoot anymore. New rule. Dude. There was one that he was... Do we have a basketball in here?
In the other studio.
Oh, my God, I need one. There was one. I didn't even have anything to do it with. I'll do it with my... I don't want to throw my mouse. Hey, by the way, Fontana branded coffee mug. On sale nowhere, but... You think anybody buy this? We put it up for $1?
I would buy it.
I had people that wanted it. I'm going to do this cup. Here, I'll do this garage beer cup. Good promo for our friends at Garage Beer. There was a corner 3 from George Niang. There's people walking by there. They're like, what the hell is this guy doing? He caught it like this and he went like that.
That was it.
It hit the side of the backboard.
I think it was the one right after he turned the ball over.
Yeah. And granted, the shot clock was winding down.
Yeah.
Bro, it touched his fingers for 2 seconds and he just threw it up.
He's playing volleyball.
I guess. We are void of the talent right now, which sucks. I give the Cavs credit. They fought hard. Suns were the better team. The other issue that I have when I look at this Cavs team, they're so disorganized when Darius runs the point. Now, Darius did what I wanted him to do last night. Went off. Good. That's what I asked. Even in a loss, that's fine. Those are the type of games I want to see from him. If I really wanted to get critical, I would say, what did he put up in the first quarter? 21?
21.
He only finished with 30.
Yeah.
Only finished with 30.
5 in the second half.
Got to be better than that. And I think for the Cavs, growing learning experience, the bad news is it sounds like Evan Mobley's going to be out longer than we thought. We should get Donovan Mitchell back sometime this week. We'll figure that out. I mean, the Cavs, they tried their damnedest. And Phoenix kind of let them, tire. I don't want to say tire themselves out, but they just waited the storm through. And they ended up getting a win. Not too much to take away from it. I think the Suns are legit. I think they're pretty good. I know their record's not great. They're down the standings, but you watch Kevin Durant, dude. There's just time with Kevin Durant. He goes, I ain't missing the shot.
He loves playing.
He loves playing the Cavs, doesn't he? He loves playing the Cavs. It reminds me, too, because obviously I don't watch every game of the Suns, but when you see him, you remind how unguardable he really is. At 7 foot, the way he moves,
it's shoot anywhere on the floor.
Insane. Yeah. Nobody can get a hand in that face. And I saw Karras, man, trying to guard him, and I give him credit for it, but that's a tough task, man. Tough task for the Cavs. You tried your best. I don't know what to tell you. Chalk it up. Get ready to go for the playoffs. That's where we're at. The fight is still on for the 2 seed. I think we just got to wait to get Donovan Mitchell back, and we'll figure it out. So I did see what I wanted to out of Darius Garland. I wanted him to take things over and score the rock. Did it. Would have liked it more later. Chalk it up. You got some wins coming up that should be. And just get out of this hell stretch. You're almost done with this hell stretch. that you've been running through with the Cavs. You're almost through that. Get some breaks, get healthy. I think it's going to almost be time for Darius Garland to get some time off now. But you can't afford it because everybody's getting hurt. And then, of course, what did he do last night? Twisted his ankle.
Stepped right on Booker.
Damn it. I'm a big Devin Booker fan, too. People think I think he's good. I think he's good. I was in a text thread.
He's a douchebag.
Yeah, well, I know. I'm not saying anything about that, but I had somebody call me an idiot yesterday. Not on Twitter.
He's a fake superstar. Is what
That's
Devin Booker
like
is.
they said. But okay, so here's another interesting point. Shout out to Danny Cunningham, because Danny had some good tweets on this. So with with Donovan missing that game last night, he's ineligible for the All NBA. Now he was never eligible for the Supermax here because he had already signed a second deal with Utah. So there's levels of these max. He's gonna get a max, but the Supermax is when you do it basically with the team that either drafted you or acquired you while you were still a rookie. The whole point, let's talk about the Supermax. The whole reason the NBA put this in was they wanted players to stay with the teams that drafted them. So they put this new contract in that if you draft a player and they make all NBA or all defensive or win the MVP, that you could offer them more money than anybody else because you drafted them because they were there, right? You still got to make those teams and all that. That's why Jason Tatum got it. That's why Jaylen Brown is in line or got it with Boston. So that's the super max. Then there's other levels of that. Donovan Mitchell will never be eligible for the super max with the Cavs because we acquired him after he signed a second deal with Utah. So that being aside, there's still a level that he can get to because he made an All-NBA team, things like that. He's now ineligible for it because he's not going to hit the 65-game threshold. And JB talked about this yesterday, that he wishes there was some sort of exception for guys that are legitimately injured. How you going to police that, man? I don't know what to tell you. And the NBA is all on this PPP, the player participation, policy and all that. They're figuring that out. But a good tweet that somebody sent to Danny yesterday, you know what that does? That now elevates somebody else up to an All-NBA team that didn't really deserve to make it. Because me and everybody knows Donovan Mitchell deserved to make it. Somebody else is going to make it now that really didn't, and they're going to cash in on some deal. It's interesting to see those dynamics and how it plays out. But sucks for that. Sucks for the Cavs. Chalk it up. We'll see how it goes. All right, we got the morning update. We got moves around the league. We got see what the Browns are going to do, if anything else, this morning. We got plenty coming up. We'll get to the Immaculate Grid. We got one more bar this morning, Sully's in Medina. Add that for our south side. Again, if you have a bar, Medina, Brunswick, Strongsville, Berea, you want to take Brecksville? Is that east side or is that south side?
It's like east side.
All right, if you got anything around those areas, Brook Park area type things like that for the south side bars, do you want to? Well, Parma would technically be west side, right? Or should we put Parma in the south side?
It's a big region.
What do you think? Yeah, we'll figure it out. Tweet us your favorite bars. We'll get that set up for our bracket coming up in a little bit. Folks, Tipico. Fontana 100 is your code. We had a nice little photo shoot with our friends at Tipico yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We got some big things coming. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm going to be a part of a content series coming up with our friends at Tipico surrounding the NCAA tournament. It's going to be so much fun. So get geared up and ready to go with Tipico. Download the app, deposit and bet $25 on whatever you want. And with that code Fontana100, you get $100 in bonus bets. I know a lot of people out there, you might have used up bonus bets on all your other apps, and you're sitting there and you want to get a little action going for the NCAA tournament. Sign up with Tipico. Get that $100 in bonus bets when you deposit and bet $25 for new customers. Then you can take a part of the boosts and the imperfect parlay. What's the imperfect parlay? Let's say the NCAA tournament's going. Ryan, how many games are on opening day? 12? Something like that for the opening round of the NCAA tournament, day one?
Well, if there's 32 games.
And they do 2 days. So, yeah, probably 8, something like that. 16, probably closer. But anyway, we're there. You can do. It's all right. That's okay. You can do.
I'm not a math major.
That's all good. You can do an imperfect parlay. Say you want to do a 10-leg parlay, but you only want 7 of those to hit, you can cash that with the imperfect parlay on Tipico. It's one of my favorite things going with them right now. Get signed up with that code Fontana100. We got our boosts, we got our props, we got it all for you with our friends at Tipico. Let's catch our break. First one of the morning. We come back. We'll get to the morning update. See if we can go on the Immaculate Grid. Do you want to give us the pass for yesterday? Because you would have been here. You would have said in Indomina Kung Su, we would have been perfect. All right, we'll start a new streak today with the Immaculate
It's up to
Grid.
you.
Comes your way next. Hour 2 upon us. Stay with us. Let's dive into it. Free agency frenzy. All this is, you know the crazy thing too, Ryan. Everybody could come out and say, you know what? Actually, I'm not going to that team. Nothing is official until tomorrow, but the legal tampering period is on. Has the NFL finally done it that they are the year-round sport?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. They get about
the draft.
There's about 2 months of the year that they're not it. I think it's June.
After
maybe
the draft, it's a little
that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
now that it's in early May,
You got OTAs.
you know that, but it's like they own, obviously they own February. They now pretty much own March with this. April's all draft. About 2 months out of the year.
Yeah.
2-3 months out of the year. Basketball doesn't have that. And basketball, I think, is the only one that's even close because of the popularity. Baseball is just so long, where baseball, you literally playing from February until October. But football's got it, man. That's what we got. All the stories, Ryan's got them. Let's get to it. We call it the morning update.
All right, Matt. Well, yes.
By the way, real quick, I didn't mean to cut you up.
No, okay.
It was so funny with Boehm yesterday about
he
finding
couldn't figure the hotkey.
we couldn't find the beds.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know.
I went back and watched
So
it.
my old job, like doing radio, I started as a board op, and I produced for years. So if somebody ever got sick or needed me to run the board, I could. And I've done shows of me running the board while I host. This over here on the video side of things, all the little gadgets, I know nothing over there, Ryan. So I was like, I don't know, man. I got nothing for you. So we sold it on through, but here we are. Morning update. Take it away, Ryan.
Alrighty, well, yes, NFL free agency officially kicked off yesterday, Matt, and it was quite tumultuous, I would say. That's my choice of word there. But the Browns are parting ways with both linebackers, Sione Takitaki, Anthony Walker. However, they bring in a linebacker, Jordan Hicks, as well as re-sign Mo Hurst and Jadeveon Clowney, excuse me.
He is the new
Maybe
version
that's a
of
Freudian
Jadeveon.
slip.
He
Yes,
is the new
Zadarius
version
Smith.
of Jadeveon Clowney.
Zadarius Smith.
You know, I like those moves. You all the big things, D-tackle, edge rusher, wide receiver with Judy. We've got to remember, you can't get all pros at every position. You can't throw big money at all these guys, and especially where there are still in-house items that need to get fixed. Folks, they still got to sign Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah to a deal. And I guess it doesn't have to be right now. They could push it back to the season, and maybe those are conversations they've had. I think I saw Jack tweet about this, Jack Duffin of the OBR. And he said, maybe this pushes the deal back. More of, hey, like, if you sat down with Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and said, hey, man, like, we're going to take care of you, and it's going to be in the season. But JOK doesn't like that. Dude, he could go out there and, God, I hope not get hurt in the first play. And then that hurts his value. He wants his money now. He's played to that level. There's that game that's getting played right now. But you still have in-house things you got to figure it out. I'm going to keep saying this because it's true. Myles Garrett is not going to keep playing on the deal that he's on anymore. All right? I want to pull up his exact figure right now. I've got it up. Myles Garrett. Over the cap. This year, a cap hit of $20 million. A $15 million signing bonus, $1.2 million base, and a $3.7 other bonus, according to Over the Cap. I don't know why this is not loaded. Probably everybody is on Over the Cap this morning figuring things out. Stand by. Contract. Here we go. Should we go to Spotrac? Maybe they'll load. All right, here we go.
That's what I use.
This year coming up, as I said, 25 or yearly cash, 20, then he's got 19, and then he's got 25 million in 2026 with a bunch of void years built into that. He's underpaid. One defensive player of the year. That's probably actually what that bonus was. The one that he got the money coming up because he won defensive player of the year. He's going to want more money. And if you're the Browns, you want to do him right and give him that restructure or give him a new. And maybe Myles is fine with it. I don't know. He was the highest paid player in the league for a week before Nick Bosa took that over, right? Was it Nick Bosa or was it Joe?
It was Nick.
Okay. And maybe Myles is fine with that. But I would, if I was him and if I was his agent seeing some of that money that's getting thrown around, I'm going to go back to the Browns and say, I don't know about this year, but you better start thinking I'm worth more than $20 million a year. I'm worth a lot more than that. And just say, man, that's my understanding. So again, here's 5 years, $125 million is what he signed back in 2020. Or really it started in 21 is when it really took over. I think you're going to have to maybe work something else out there. I think you're going to have to get some more money to him some way, somehow. So keep your eye on that. Again, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, other moves, this and that. The thing with the money, too, starting to zero in on Jack Conklin. Starting to zero back in on Greg Newsome. Just thinking. Trades, potential. Obviously, get that money off the books. We'll have to see how it goes. But overall, one day in, I think the Browns are solid where they stand with the trade of Judy and the signing of the other guys. I like it so far.
All right, well, before we jump back into football, Matt, the Cavaliers fell to the Suns last night. They had a big lead. Kind of a big lead. Suns went on a little bit of run there, and then the second half, it was pretty much all Phoenix. Cleveland didn't have enough left in the tank. But Darius Garland, one of his better performances this year, so I know that made you a little bit happy.
That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see him take over, put up a bunch of points. It would have been nice if they would have won, but that's fine. Some sloppy basketball. You saw the Cavs on the back end of a back-to-back, but even the Suns, like, rebounding was weird last night. It is what it is. You know, I would like to believe that in a 7-game series against the Suns, we could win that. But with Donovan Mitchell and with Evan Mobley. My big concern is now Mobley. There's some reports coming out that it's going to be some time for him coming back, weeks potentially. So get him back as quickly as we can and try to make sure that you flush these injuries out before the playoffs. But I'm not going to read too much into last night. I was happy to see Garland do what he did, but it is what it is.
Alrighty, well, running back Saquon Barkley is leaving the Giants. However, Matt, he's staying in the NFC East as he joins the Philadelphia Eagles on a deal. And I don't know if you saw it, Matt, but he got into some beef with former Giants legend Tiki Barber saying...
No, I did not.
You didn't see this?
No.
Oh, you're joking.
No, I did not. Not at all.
Oh, actually?
No.
Oh, it was all over Twitter. I'm surprised.
Really?
I'm excited.
No, yeah.
Yeah, so Tiki Barber came out on Twitter and said, quote, I don't want to misquote him. He said, he's dead to us now. He's dead to us. You're dead to us, Saquon. Barkley came back and said, you're the prime example of loyalty to a team. I got the deal I wanted, secured more guaranteed money, which wasn't given to me, so fans are going to hate me for that. So be it. And he goes on to say that Tiki Barber has always been a hater to Saquon ever since he got to New York.
That's taking the high road a little bit for Saquon. And Tiki Barber, yeah, is a Giants legend, so they're going to get pissed. Tiki, they didn't want him, man.
Like, shut up,
What
dude.
do you mean?
Like he would have done the same shit.
You want him to come back and take, $6.5 million? Sure, come on back. Loyalty. Loyalty is the biggest name of the game here in the NFL, where they discard guys left and right. They throw guys out left and right. You want to be angry at somebody? Go get angry at Danny Dimes for taking all that money. You're going to get mad at Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, tell Daniel Jones to Venmo
didn't
Saquon.
want him. They said go ahead and leave. Don't get pissed at Saquon. What a jerk. What an absolute
I can't believe you didn't
jerk.
see that. I'm glad you didn't.
No,
That was
I did not
awesome.
see that. No, man.
Isn't that
God,
crazy?
That's bull crap. I mean, dude, and don't tell me, like, and that's another part of yesterday, which a lot of people were bringing up too. These guys have such a limited window to make money. Now, they're talking about millions of dollars to you, to me, to everybody. That's money. I mean, I hope we all get there one day. But you're talking about the rest of your life. You are talking about, imagine 10 years for you to make money, potentially for the rest of your life. And I'm not saying that these guys won't go on to own businesses or get into something else or get into the media and make money, but they're trying to look out for their families, to live a comfortable life. I'd chase every damn thing. I am a Browns fan through and through. And if I was a player for the Cleveland Browns and somebody else offered me an exorbitant more, like, again, if it's a minute amount of money, sure, it'd mean more for me to play in Cleveland, whatever, fine. Dude, it's all about the cash. And these guys, some guys are afforded a position to say, I want to go somewhere that's going to win. Or it does matter sometimes when these guys go, I want to go back home. Or I want to go play somewhere that my family is. Or, like, and I said that with LeBron. He always wanted to go play in LA, so we went to LA. Some guys are in the elite of the elite that they're afforded to do that. Other guys, you are going to go for the money. You are going to go for the money. That is the smart, right thing to do. And he said, what was the important word that Saquon Barkley said there, Ryan?
Guaranteed
money. Guaranteed. Because don't forget this. That's all that matters.
I think it was like 30.
That's all that matters. That's it. Guaranteed money. And you think about taxes? You think about everything else? Like, you know, and granted, he's not going to, I don't know what the Pennsylvania state tax is. I don't think it's that bad. But, like, you know, think about that in California.
Yeah.
You know, you're a player and you get offered the same deal to go play somewhere like Texas or Florida versus California. Uncle Sam needs his bite of that, man. That's another agent fees, all that. I mean, it's, and again, you think of 30. What's Saquon really getting out of that? 22? Well, great money. Trust me, we all love it. But again, people see that, and you got to remember, man, there's
Tiki's a clown for that.
Tiki's a clown. He is a clown for that. Speaking of money, by the way, the Ravens have reportedly offered Derrick Henry in a range of $6.5 million per year, and then also the Texans are involved with the Ravens to go get Derrick Henry.
Signing him to more than a 1 year is pretty.
That's pretty interesting as well. What else did I see this morning? Oh, Josina Anderson, Browns, Titans, and one other team are in for Jameis Winston. Let me see if I can find the tweet here. Sorry. I guess I could just search Josina Anderson. That'd probably be quicker. This came out from her this morning. Browns, Titans, and the Giants are all in for Jameis Winston. I also listened to Dan Graziano and Get Up talking about Justin Fields.
Yeah.
He said the league is telling us what they think of Justin Fields. He mentioned the Giants. He mentioned the Colts. But he said that Justin Fields is now in the backup with the potential to push for a starting. That's the position that he's in. Graziano did not mention the Browns. He mentioned the Colts and the Giants. And again, from Josina, Browns, Titans, Giants in for Jameis. Let's see how it goes.
Interesting. All right, Matt. Well, we got to talk about the AFC North because that, of course, directly affects our Browns. I think the really only kind of, I guess, needle-moving acquisition, if you want to say. I was going to say Geno Stone jumping from the Ravens to the Bengals.
And then the Bengals letting go of Joe Mixon.
Exactly.
So that's a big one. Again, running backs, what are you going to do? With not a lot of money, and I thought he was serviceable for them. Yeah, the AFC, quiet.
Yeah.
Quiet, other than Russ. That was the big one for the Steelers. But again, the Bengals have no money. Oh, you weren't here yesterday. T. Higgins wants out. He requested that trade. So go ahead, get him out of there. That'd be fine. Steelers got Russ. I think they'll stand pat. For the Ravens, they're interesting because they re-signed Matabuke. So that was their big move.
A lot of money.
But they had so many free agents. I was kind of wondering to see if they would do a little bit more. But yeah, pretty quiet for the AFC around. Again, Mixon leaving the big. Again, Geno Stone was a big one too for the safety. But yeah, pretty quiet. Good. Keep it that way. I want the rest of those guys to suck.
All right, Matt. Well, the Browns happen to be in our next segment again.
All right, let's get to it. Immaculate Grid. Here we go. Hi.
There it is. There it is. There
Ryan, you got to keep tabs on the show to make sure they're all good. Here we go. Immaculate Grid. We were almost perfect yesterday and would have been. Ryan's back in the saddle. Boom did a great job helping us out on that.
He did.
So here we go. Immaculate Grid. You got to go across and you got to go up and down. What's our stat on the right?
10,000 yards passing career.
Oh, just put Bernie in there. Okay, I was like, Browns, I don't know. All right, let's do this.
You could have put Flacco, honestly.
Oh, yeah, you could have. So we got to fill it all across. Let me start our timer. And Ryan, go.
All right, you just want to do Matt Ryan. He didn't play for any of those other teams.
He didn't play for those other teams. Boom.
Bernie didn't. So you just want to put Bernie?
I want to put Bernie. That's fine. Oh, Bernie. Bernie.
Just Ben. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, not Bem.
Ben Ruthlessberger. All right.
I just want to knock the Browns out.
Yeah, sure. Juan Thornhill, who you dislike.
I don't dislike him. He just needs to stay healthy.
I'm sorry. I should have said
He didn't play great.
Juan Thornhill.
He has a questionable tackling.
Not really the guy there. Juan
questionable tackling.
The Leons.
Dude, you guys did Donovan Peoples-Jones yesterday, too.
Yeah, we did. We can put him again in there. Might as well throw him in.
Yeah,
weird. Yeah, that's weird. I was trying to think of another one. You could do Jamie Collins for that.
All right.
APJ's fun. All right, here we go. You want to zero in on the Steelers here a little bit?
Sure.
All right, Steelers-Chiefs. Steelers-Chiefs.
Juju
Smith-Schuster. Steelers-Lions. Steelers-Lions. Quarterbacks are going to be tough on that one. Did Duck Hodges ever go play for the Lions?
I don't think
so. That one might be tough, man. I'm not. There's nothing that jumps out. Anything along those lines, which is weird. Huh. All right, you want to skip that and go to the other one? All right, let's go to the Falcons here. Falcons Chiefs. I don't know why, because he just came up in the news again this morning. I feel like Matt Hennessy, offensive lineman, but I don't think he ever went to Kansas City. I know he was in Atlanta. I don't know either. All right, there's got to be a running back. There's got to be, right? Remember Michael Turner?
Sure.
Michael the Burner Turner? Was he there?
I don't know if he played in Kansas City.
Yeah, Devin Hester, no. Dante Hall, no. Wait, Devin Hester he never played for the Chiefs, right?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right.
Gotta be a receiver.
It's got to be a receiver. Not Matt Schaub. Quarterbacks. Chase Daniel, no. Man, that might be a really tough. Man, we might have a tough one here. We might have a real tough one here.
Let's just try Falcons Lions.
All right, Falcons Lions.
Yeah, Jeff Okudah.
Oh, yeah, I just got signed, yeah. To somebody else, but you're right. That's a good one, Jeff Okuda. You're right. 100%. Good call. Good call. All right, back on the track. 2 more to go. We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to fill it out.
Okay, we're good.
Oh, we're good.
Falcons, Chiefs. There's got to be somebody. Wait.
What?
Are we being? Wait, am I tripping or are we being really stupid?
Probably really stupid.
Tony Gonzalez?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that took a lot longer than it really. That is the era that we always keep missing on this too. Like we always don't think about that era of football for some reason, which always screws us up. So yeah, there's got to be like a Lions Steeler, like Jack Lambert. No, it's yeah. Tony Gonzalez, good call on that. All right, Lions Steelers. I'm just gonna start ripping names. Cordell Stewart, no. Antoine Randall L, no. What?
Did D'Angelo Williams play for both?
D'Angelo Williams played for the Panthers, and then he went to the Steelers. I know he went to the Steelers. Did he ever go play for?
Maybe he didn't.
I don't know if he went for the Lions, though. I don't know if he went to the
Maybe
Lions.
I'm getting my Blues mixed up.
I think you are. I know he was, because remember, he and Jonathan Stewart ran things there. And then D'Angelo Williams did go to the Steelers. I don't know why. I feel like there's like a kicker that we're missing in this, too.
Sure there is.
There's got to be a kicker. Oh, Chris Gardocki. I'm almost. Wait. We got time. Let's just think it through.
You can't say like that. I'm positive.
Like 90% sure that Chris Gardocki punted for the Lions. I know he punted for the Steelers. I know he punted for the Browns. I feel like Chris Gardocki is our answer there. I'll leave that up to you. I'd rip it. I feel pretty good about it, unless you think, all right, rip it. Chris Gardocki.
How do you speak? Is it guard?
Gar.
91 to 2006?
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Here we go.
No! No!
Matt! I trusted you.
No! Damn it!
All right, let's go see some of the names.
Ah! Damn it.
If it makes you feel better, I don't see many names that I recognize. LeGarrette Blount. Eric Ebron. I could have got that.
For which two?
Steelers line.
Oh, I forgot he's with the Steelers now. Yeah.
Charlie Batch.
That's a good one.
So it makes you feel better.
All right, Gardocki was the Bears, Colts, Browns, and Steelers. I think I got him confused with like the Bears and the Colts somehow mixed up in that. Damn it.
If it makes you feel, I don't think I would have pulled a name.
All right.
So
Ebron probably not. Anything else we were really struggling with? I feel like we figured everything else out pretty good.
Everything else we were pretty good with.
All right, so there you go. All right, well done. Damn it. All right, so that's 2 in a row of just one. That's my bad. That's my fault.
Oh, somebody in the comments said Charlie Batch. Good pull.
Good pull on
and
that.
Tony Gonzalez.
We were idiots for Tony Gonzalez. Thank you very much. That's all right. That's what I'm telling you, man. Sometimes like we just get into it and you get tunnel vision. And then you just sit there, and then the pressure, the time. All right, there's where we go with that. I want to bring up this thing about Dan Graziano because he was on Get Up this morning, and he was talking about Justin Fields. I can't let this go. For some reason, I just can't let it go. And I understand that it's not happening. It's not happening. There's no way. But he's talking about the price, and what he said was the rest of the league is telling you what they think of a guy like Justin Fields. And I think Dan Graziano is one of the best at being the insider. And his statement is true. Nobody has lined up to call the Chicago Bears to say, we have got to get Justin Fields. Dude, for a 3, for a 4, it feels like we're entering that realm of the draft, right? And the only thing that I stop and I pause on that is, there is some GM that is enamored with Justin Fields. I would just tell you that. When he was coming out of the draft, when people were evaluating him, there has to be somebody out there that is enamored with him. The thing is, sometimes it doesn't line up. Maybe the Chargers loved him, and they're like, well, we don't need him, right? Maybe this team really likes it. I don't know. So there is a team out there that wants Justin Fields. But nobody wants to pull the trigger because you don't want to overpay. So what they're going to do is keep waiting on the hope that the price becomes so low that you have no choice but to get him. That's where I want the Browns to swoop in. That's where I'd like the Browns to come in. I'm not trading him a second-round pick. I need to use...
What's the base, or what's the ceiling, a third?
Do the Browns not have 2 threes this year?
I don't know.
They have... Well, okay, wait.
Or is it they don't have a 3 and they have 2 4s? No.
They gave... Okay, so this is after the trade for Jerry Jeudy. They have a 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So they had 2 5s. They didn't have their 1st and their 4 because of the Deshaun Watson trade. 3rd round, 85.
I don't know. It's a discussion, though, at the very least.
Can I just do this again? And I need a horn or I need something to just alert because you know where I'm going. What if you traded Greg Newsom? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Greg. Every turn, I come back to trading away Greg Newsom. And I'm sorry. If he's watching, he probably isn't because he hates me. I don't blame you, Greg. I'm sorry. Would you not flip that?
Oh, I would in a heartbeat.
So would I.
And so would the Browns.
Yeah. Have they made that call yet?
No.
Well, there's a reason for that. So you got a 2nd and 3. Here, I'll tell you this too. Second, a 2, a 3, a 5, a 6, and a 7. You need another couple more draft picks in here too. So I expect them to try to maybe acquire something here moving up or get going. It's not just me. I went to shout out to Dogs by Nature because this is where I pulled up the draft. Jared had the article about after the trade. Who does he bring up in this article? Greg Newsom. Trading Greg Newsom. It's not just me. Greg Newsom has potentially 2 years left on his rookie deal, coming out of the same draft class the following year as Jeudy. With considered to be a weak overall draft class, Barry, this is from Jared Mueller on Dogs by Nature. With considered to be a weak draft class, Barry can continue to look to move up or move on from his 6th and 7th round selections as part of the roster adjustment. You know why it's that way? NIL. Guys that would be 5th and 6th and 7th round picks,
True,
they go, I'll just go back to school. That's fine. I'll go make a couple $100,000 going back to school. That impact is going to be felt, and GMs have been talking about that. The NIL guys in the 1st round, they're going, right? Guys in the 1st and the 2nd round, they're going to go. The NIL money can't touch that, I don't think. You're talking about 5th, 6th, 7th round guys. You're a junior. Like, well, of course I'd go back to school. I can make money doing that and potentially improve my draft stock. So you're going to have that impact be felt there as well. They got to pick up some more picks. But for Fields, yeah, man. 85 might be too much. You know what? I can't get off of it, man. I got to say, if it's a 3rd rounder, I think I would do it. If you could, especially if you could pick up another one. If you could somehow find another one through a trade or, it'd have to be a trade. I'd do it.
I would in a heartbeat. I just don't.
I'd do it.
Because, yeah. You're not going to extend Greg realistically.
No. I don't even know if they're going to pick up his 5th-year option.
So what's the point of keeping him?
Welcome to my world. I'm just looking at it from an unbiased. I have no bias against Greg Newsom. I like Greg Newsom. He's fine. But I don't know. The other news that came out for the Browns yesterday was increasing their ticket prices for the season ticket holders. And I saw some people on Twitter that were just like appalled. I think Cody retweeted some lady, and she goes, my tickets were $1,500 a couple of years ago. They're now $4,000.
Oh, you don't like the hat?
Then they got a hat. And the cruise, I think, shoved off, yesterday or something like that?
Yeah.
You could not pay me any amount of money to get on a cruise. There is no part of it. I've never been on one. There is no.
Are you scared of the ocean?
No, I'm not. All I ever hear about cruises is bad weather, norovirus, which just spreads around, food poisoning that's rampant, people getting left behind when they go off onto the island for the day. There is nothing about a cruise. So here's a fun thing. Did you know I'm a fan of 311, right? You missed the day, by the way.
Yeah, it's all right.
So 311, my favorite band in the world. They alternate between 311 Day, which is a concert, which my brothers were at in Vegas the last couple of days, and a cruise. So the cruise is they leave from Miami, they go down to like the Bahamas or something, and it's like 4 or 5 days, and it's just bands all day on this cruise, and then 311 plays every night. So next year is the cruise.
That'd be so cool.
My brothers want to go bad, and I go, you guys can go. I'll catch you in Vegas next year.
You're tripping, man.
No, there's nothing about the cruise I want to do. Nothing. And like the Buckeyes do that cruise for cancer, and the Browns are kind of doing the same thing. Here's a bunch of alumni. Here's some people that can go. I'm assuming, is Josh not going? Is he not on that?
No, he's on it.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
So no return today.
Oh, there you go. That's what I figured, right? And I love those guys. And this is not a shot at the Browns. It's a shot at cruises.
Wait, so who do you just get like a discounted ticket if you're a Browns season ticket holder, or how does that work?
You talking about the cruise?
Yeah.
Oh, I have no idea. I was talking about they increased the ticket prices for your tickets.
No, I know that. But this cruise is like for the fans.
Right. And I think there is
just anyone can buy it?
I think there yeah. Browns cruise. I'm going to Google it because I know I'm almost positive they left.
No, they did. I know Josh is on it, yeah. So the Bahamas, I believe.
Yeah. Event pricing. Do you want to know what the event pricing might be for this? Availability. It's already... Dude, they sold out, man. They sold out everything.
I went on one cruise, and I had a good experience. I was younger, though.
I don't know, man. You get a suite, 2-bedroom suite. You get 4-person rooms. Interior... Because that's the other thing, too. You got the interior versus the, exterior where you can... There's no part of any cruise that nothing.
I will say, if you're planning for anybody who's never been on a cruise and you are planning to go on one, you're going to gain... I'm not kidding you. Probably at least 5 to 10 pounds.
That's the thing. Are they not all inclusive? Yeah. Like they're all you can eat and all that kind of stuff.
When I was a fat little chubby kid, I was in heaven.
I would rather just go to an all inclusive in Cancun. I've done that. That's great. You get a beach. I can lay on the beach. I can go inside. Because that's the other thing. And I don't really deal with motion sickness. I've been on boats my whole life. So the but imagine if it's rough weather. And you're sitting there and you just go, I just want to go lay down. And you're just doing this the whole time.
I will say it's got to be pretty rough to actually
those
really
ships
feel
are
that.
Massive. I get it.
But it's just cool how much stuff there is in this one ship. Like you want to go to a comedy show. You want to go to
I will go
concert.
to an all-inclusive.
No, you're right. You're right. It's just something different.
What happens when you have to sit out in the that you can't dock? And then the sheer amount of people
bro.
in that same spot. You are asking to catch the runs. You are asking to catch stomach issues.
Dude, I watched when I was waiting to dock or waiting to go on the cruise, like it was docked. We were just getting on it, ready to start the vacation. Bro, I watched a whole bunch of luggage just fall in the ocean.
What if you fell in? What if you fell in?
Well, it's pretty hard to fall in, but if you do, you're dead for sure.
No. Absolutely not. Nothing. No part of me ever wants to go. And I'm very thankful my wife has the same. It'd be different if she was like, no, we got to go. I'm like, we're out. We're out. 2 things I'm extremely thankful that my wife and I don't want to do. Cruises and Disney. And you're such a jerk. You're not going to take your kids to Disney. Not if I have anything to say about it.
It's so expensive.
Over my dead body, I will take them to Cedar Point all the live long day.
And it's really the same thing.
Cedar Point is fantastic. We had season passes. We're going to get them again for the kids.
How much is a season pass at Cedar Point?
Dude, it's like $100 and you get free parking. That's the best part. You don't have to pay for parking. Then what you do is you take your vacation, go there on a Wednesday. Ain't nobody there. Now, the issue is I'm spoiled at Cedar Point. Have you ever done the Fast Pass at Cedar Point? Once you do it, you can't go back.
But the problem was I did it one time. And of course, the one time I got it, there's really no need for it.
Yeah, there was nobody there.
Yeah, I was so upset.
We have done the Fast Pass on days. So here was our rationale too. Once you buy the season pass, you then are more sucked into wanting to do the Fast Pass because you feel like, all right, I already paid for my discounted ticket. What do they say at Cedar Point? I think if you go 3 times, you make your money back and some by going to Cedar Point. So
with the season pass?
With the season pass. Again, I can't say it enough too, with the parking, which is the best thing in the world.
I love roller coasters. We
love Cedar Point. And the thing is, our kids are, well, they'll be 3 and 1 this summer. So they're still a little young for Cedar Point, but in a couple of years, and then our in-laws, my wife's family, they have a place up in near Lakeshore. They're up in Marblehead. They had a place. So Cedar Point, it's actually funny. We have to drive past Cedar Point to go to their place, but drop our stuff off. It's a 10-minute ride back to Cedar Point. And the other thing that Cedar Point that we love about the season pass, if you go and it's crowded or it's crappy weather, you get back in the car and you go home. There are people that, like, that is their day. You know, they travel from all over. They're there for that day. Dude, it's bad weather. Millennium's broke down. Maverick's not running. Get in the car. We're going home.
Do people get sauced up, like drunk at Cedar Point?
Oh, yeah, on $16 beers, yeah.
Because I've always been, like, I've never been there since I think I was, like,
that's
old
amateur
enough.
hour because, and I'm not condoning this.
Yeah.
But you
I
get to go,
can't do that while I ride roller coasters.
oh, no, you're throwing up everywhere.
You got to, like, pick one.
The thing is, you can go in and out of the park as much as you want. So pack your lunch. And if you want a couple of beverages, put them in the car. Don't drink while you drive. But what I'm saying, like, that was always our thing. Or stop at Subway or Jimmy John's or wherever, get your lunch, leave it in the car, and then go out to the parking lot and tailgate. Eat, and then go back in. That's what we used to do.
Holy shit. Season Pass Fast Lane Plus.
Yeah.
$950.
See, the thing is, though, man, if you win enough and you were really that big of a fan,
But you got to have the time to go that much to make that worth it.
Oh, I know people that would go. So my girlfriend in high school, she would go every weekend. Her dream was to become a roller coaster like engineer. She loved it. So
So how far was her drive?
we were from Brunswick. We drive all the time.
Well, that's closer than me.
Yeah, but the thing is, it'd be like, you know, it was the year after our senior year. We were dating. And if we were bored on a day, she'd be like, all right, let's just get in the car and go. You know, it's an hour drive up there and it's an hour drive back, but we were 18. We didn't have anything better to do. So get in the car, drive up there, ride a couple rides, and come home. That's what we do. Cedar Point is the gem of all gems. I'm so happy that we live in the place that we do. Think about this, man. We got great attractions. We got sports teams. Having the lake is one of the greatest things about our city. It's underused, and Cedar Point is an hour drive away. And it's anything that you would ever want.
Top Thrill 2 opens up this year, doesn't it?
Yeah, I never really liked Top Thrill. It just never... My thing on Top Thrill was this.
For the wait, not worth
That's
it.
exactly my point.
Because it's...
You would wait 2 hours to go up and down. Now they got the new thing where apparently it goes back up and goes down. Goat roller coaster at Cedar Point. Go.
Goat roller coaster is 100% Millennium Force.
I'll listen to that.
The second one that actually, the only one I think compares to it, and I was surprised because it's new.
Are you going to the same one?
The Steel
Vengeance is so freaking good. Is it not?
Millennium Force was in a tier of its own for a while.
Maverick.
Maverick is good. Maverick is good. Maverick was right there.
Maverick. I love
Maverick was right there, is below it, but Steel Vengeance now kind of added a tier for me. It's Millennium, Steel Vengeance, Maverick.
So Steel
Vengeance is so
the
fun.
problem, you're a taller guy like me.
Yeah.
My shins get wrecked on Steel Vengeance, but that ride is so good. It's so good. The way they redid that track.
Yeah,
and a perfect thing is it's right next to Maverick. So I could stay in Frontier Town, and then Millennium's right there too.
Yeah.
I'll stay in that back corner all day.
Yeah, I know.
That's where you go. Frontier Town's where it's at.
Yeah.
All day. There's only one ride I won't do at Cedar Point. The Skyhawk. That's the swinging one where you got to stare down as you guys. That's the only one I don't do.
Oh wait, no, that
You're
one's...
thinking of Air Max, the one that spins while you go.
No, the one. What's the one where you go super high and then you just spin? Windseeker.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do that one.
Never do that. The one you're talking about, it's like it's like
it's like 2 legs.
Oh, I like that one's fun.
No, I hate that. I don't know why. There's something about
Power
that.
Tower. I like the Power Tower.
Power Tower. I like going down more than I like going up on Power Tower. I don't quite get the zoom up.
Oh, you got to zoom down.
That's what I'm saying. You got to drop. I'd rather do the drop on that.
I only do that one.
Hot take. Gatekeeper's not good. The new one that they put up there in the front. I really like
it's
Val Raven's.
It's all right.
Val Raven's great because
Val
you go
Raven's
over the
fine,
edge and then you kind of go in and down.
cool.
Val Raven's fine. I don't like Gatekeeper for some reason. Something about Gatekeeper.
It's okay.
Fine. Nothing touches Raptor. If they ever tear Raptor down, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, you're a big Raptor guy?
I love the Raptor. How could you not? The sound that it makes. It's one. If you come in the front entrance, it's right there. Oh, I love it. We will do that on. Well, Cedar Point's got to be opening soon, right?
I was trying to find that.
We'll do opening. We'll do a bracket that week of your favorite Cedar Point ride. Casey, I used to work with Casey over at ESPN Cleveland. He is a roller coaster aficionado. Like he follows roller coaster blogs. Like, he discusses roller coasters with people. That's how he is. Because the other thing about Cedar Point, I was talking about taking the kids, they got that whole Snoopy area. He's going to love it. Our son's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, get on this thing. And the thing is, you got to make that decision as a parent when you go. We're going just for, like, we're not going to get on any rides, right? Like, we're just going to sit there in Snoopy Town with him. But I'm sure there's going to be a couple days we'll have the in-laws watch him, and my wife and I can go. My wife likes roller coasters, too, so I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Top Thrill didn't do it for. He's just up and down. I never really liked that. Millennium, if you catch it on the right time.
May 4th.
May 4th.
Is
May
the
the 4th
official
be with you.
opening day.
May the 4th be with you. Man, it's tough. We'll have to do Star Wars and Cedar Point.
Oh, we're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll see. How'd we start doing this? Oh, we're talking about ticket prices with the Browns.
We're
And we
way
got into the
behind
cruise.
time.
What do you want to do? Time hop? You want to catch a break? Do we need to tell them about Tipico? What do you want to do? I don't know. You tell me.
So do timeout.
All right, let's do time out quick. Wait. Shoot, I was going to talk. Hang on. Wait.
Go back.
No, it's fine.
I'm not muting you. We don't have to.
Let me do time out quick. And then we'll get back. I want to talk about the season ticket prices for the Browns. We got, dude. You start talking Maverick and Millennium with me and Steel. Again, you and I are on the same page. Steel Vengeance is awesome.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's so good. So the same thing. God bless it. All right. Cedar Point quick. So we used to do a lot of business with them, my prior stop. So we got to talking to some of the higher ups, and we would just have conversations. We actually rode Val Raven. They walked us over. It was the coolest thing ever. They just walked us up the exit like VIPs, and we got right to the front, and it was broken down, so they took us on Maverick. But anyway, we were talking to them, and they said, yeah, we love Cedar Point, man. We are landlocked. Where else can we go? So they go every year.
True.
Every year, they have a meeting, and they discuss every ride. And they go, is it time? Like, even again, you would never think they would ever tear down Millennium. But they go, we got to make room for the new thing. Like, in those parks, you got to have new coasters every year. And there was a whole thing on Top Thrill, Stratocoaster or whatever. It's the first one to do this or go. They are so landlocked there. And they have high level discussions every year on what do we need to do and where do we need to go. The one thing I was talking with somebody, they go, really what we got to do is go up. And I go, what do you mean? And they go, we got to start consolidating some of this stuff and put it in, not hotel. I'm not talking about rides. I'm not talking about that. But watch it when you go there. The new food courts and some of the kids stuff, they got to start stacking this stuff because they got nowhere else to go. The hotels, breakers, all that. Yeah. God, I want to go to Cedar Point. All right, let's get to time.
I do too. Damn.
I love it, man. Cedar Point's the best. All right, let's get to it. Time up. Tell you what happened the 12th of March, including 2 years ago today. A trade that really worked out. Browns acquired Amari Cooper. He gave up a 5 and a 6 for Cooper and a 5. That's pretty damn good. Had to pay him. I think it's worked out. A lot of COVID stuff. 2020 NCAA basketball tournament officially canceled, and the NHL paused their season 4 years ago today. Told you I was in Vegas and watched the whole world shut down. They canceled the Pac-12 basketball tournament. It was nuts. Yep. This day, 2019, a report that the Browns did inquire about Odell Beckham Jr. would come to fruition on that. This day, 2008, Hulu officially launched in the United States. Now it's live TV. Everybody's fighting over it. I hope it comes back, sir. I just want to pay for one thing and get what I want, but we'll see how it goes. This day, 2007, Rock Hall inductees Van Halen, REM, the Ronettes, Patti Smith, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. All going into the Rock Hall. See, everybody's pissed that Mariah Carey's going in, like ahead of like Judas Priest and.
I'm sorry, she's already going in.
People get so wrapped up into it. I had a hot take about Jane's Addiction. Everybody got pissed off at me about.
It's not even rock and roll.
No, but it's like, I look at it more as a historical music. Like, here's the thing. We are now entering an era. Who are you going to put in? You going to put the Imagine Dragons in there? Think about it. There's no rock music left.
I kind of like them.
But I'm talking about rock and roll.
Yeah, no, you're
There
right.
is no more.
Right, yeah.
There isn't anymore. It's just a new era. I tweeted out a couple of days ago, it was the Billboard top modern tracks from this week in 2002. What a freaking list that was. Incubus, Creed, Sum 41, Blink 182 was in there. All of it. And I just go, again, me and my kids in your music these days. I don't really get it, but it is what it is. A great homecoming here for 2006. Browns signed Dave Zastudil to come on back as the Bay Village native. Remember Wally Zerbiak?
I do.
He led the Miami Redhawks this day 1999 with 43 as they upset Washington. 10 seed, 7 seed. The Miami Redhawks got it done this day 99 with Wally Zerbiak scoring 43. This day 1990, the Raiders announced they were moving to Oakland from LA. Now they're in Vegas. Kind of works. I think it works. Works with them in Vegas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. This day, 1970, the United States lowered the voting age from 21 to 18. Sure, that's fine.
So they did the opposite with alcohol.
I think it was, well, it might have been always 21.
No?
I don't know. Well, 18, you could drink that 3-2 beer back in the day.
Same thing with like nicotine and stuff.
Yeah,
18.
like it was the 3-2 beer. But what do they say? If you can go to war, if we can draft you in, you probably should be able to vote on it. Yeah. This day, 1912, the Girl Scouts were founded. What a great organization. And man, do we love their cookies. Favorite one?
Samoa.
Samoas are good. Not a huge coconut guy.
I'm not either, but for some reason.
Those good. Thin mints are fine.
The peanut butter one?
What's the tagalongs? Is that tagalongs? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that I don't get are people that say they like trefoils just because they're literally just
like
shortbread.
They're like lime one?
Yeah.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Trash. Utter trash. What do you mean? Give me something there. Just bland. Ugh. This day, 1903, the New York Highlanders, who would be renamed the Yankees, were approved to join the American League. 1894, Coca-Cola was first bottled and sold in Virginia. You know, they used to have real cocaine and codeine in it back in the day. And here we are today. A short list on birthdays. I apologize. I didn't really fully do this. Nicole Hardman and Aaron Eckhart celebrating birthdays.
Aaron Eckhart, okay.
Great two-face. Great two-face on that. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of an issue here because I have two movies that this was their premiere date in LA, but not their worldwide release.
That's fine.
Okay. So, and again, if it comes up with their worldwide release, we'll get to it. But anyway, premiere dates for these two. We go back to this day, 2012. Oh, God. Spawned several sequels. There was something like that. It was something along that line. I Would Whistle. Something about a bird.
Yes.
You got it?
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games is correct. Trippy movie. Not a bad movie. Katniss Everdeen. Jennifer Lawrence.
It's a good movie.
It's all right. All right. I haven't watched any of these sequels, but yes. Hunger Games is correct. And then a final one, this day, 2002. Animated film that still holds up to this day, in my opinion.
Shrek.
No, good call. But no. Shrek was like 99. There's a song, and I would love to play the song for you, but I can't, by the band called Rusted Root. And it's called On My Way. And I just picture it where it's an animated film and a group of 3 misfits try to help a young boy get back to his family.
There are 3 misfits help a young boy get back to his family.
Do you know the song, the Rusted Root song?
No.
It's like, on my way, da-da-da, on my way, da-da-da. And they're walking. I really am bad at singing. It's a great song. It's a great song.
I don't know if I know.
Animated?
Help a kid get back to his family?
Correct, yep.
Not the Lion King, is it?
No.
Oh, no. Jungle Book?
No, good guess, though. No, I like where your head's at, though. Nope. There's also another character in this movie that really steals the film. He's a little squirrel. And he always finds troubles on where he buries his nuts. Not those ones, the other one. Great voice cast, led by Ray Romano, Dennis Leary, and John Leguizamo.
When you said Ray Romano, it made me think of Ice Age.
It is Ice Age.
Oh,
yeah.
They help a kid get back to his family?
Yeah, remember the baby? Because then the saber-toothed tiger wants to eat him the whole time.
It's been ages.
What?
Scrat. You're talking about... Oh, I didn't even mean that. You're talking about Scrat.
Yeah, Scrat's the best. Everybody loves Scrat. Yeah, everybody loves him. Scrat. Oh, Ray Romano's the woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Mariah Carey, I think. Or no, Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. That's the second one when Manny, the woolly mammoth, he marries her, right? But then, oh, God, who's the saber-toothed tiger? Diego. He's the saber-toothed tiger. And then Sid the sloth.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get... Okay. That movie is hilarious. I love Ice Age. That's a great flick. That's a great flick, This Day 2000. So again, they'll probably crop back up. We'll see how it goes. They're a little bit of time off. All right, you want to anything that we've seen? Nothing. I don't think anything for the Browns. Nothing big has happened.
Mariota to the Commanders 1 year.
Okay. All right. Well, less and less spots. Less and less spots for Justin Fields.
I know. Well, Washington was good.
All right, let me look at it this way, too. You saw what Minshew got. He might start. Mariota, 1 year base of 6 up to 10. Was Brissett not base of 8
It was
up to 10?
1 year 8. Yeah.
Think about that for Joe Flacco. Think about these numbers as you look at it for Joe Flacco. We'll have to see on that. Do you have the bracket that we're able to?
We need more.
You want to hold it off till tomorrow?
We can do that.
All right, we'll do that till tomorrow. We'll get to the bracket. We've kind of been thrown off this week with that. So keep that in mind when it comes to Joe Flacco, with the money that you want to spend or not spend. I was talking about the season tickets real quick because they upped the price again. I mean, I have friends and family that are proud season ticket holders. And there is a cutoff, I think, for any family. And it's going to be expensive. It's going to be expensive. And they're raising the rates, not necessarily because the team is good and they're not doing it because they need a new stadium. It's because they have a wait list now. There's a wait list, I think, of like 4,000 deep. And if you come back to the Browns and you say, I'm done with my season tickets, then they have a host of other people willing to pay that to get season tickets. I'm sorry. That's the world that we live in. And I have friends that have done it both ways. I have friends that they have had season tickets going back to the old stadium. They got new ones here. They've had them for 30 years. They're never going to give them up, and they will pay their money every single year. There it is. I've got other people that got into it as an adventure and say, okay, I want to see what it's like and see all the perks. And frankly, I've had a lot that have sold their season tickets or given them up. I mean, either you buy them or you don't. And trust me, I understand that there's a lot of hardworking families out there and you got a budget and it's not easy. And if you don't want to have to spend an extra $1,000, you don't have to. I wouldn't either.
So you said now it's up to 4,000?
For one person that I saw. One person sent a tweet that said their tickets a couple of years ago were $1,500 for two of them, and now it's $4,000.
Because they have like really good seats, or
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, Ryan. Suites are $90,000. Suites are $100,000. You want a suite at Cleveland Brown Stadium for the year? Probably about $100,000 plus food and booze. Then you got club seats, or you could go up to the to the 500 section. You do whatever you want. The season ticket thing is because they got good. There's a wave of people. It's supply and demand. They're going to jack the prices up when there's other people willing to pay for it. Now, I saw this story. Did you see this from Darren Ravel talking about season tickets? I want to find this. I want to find the team here. Okay. Stand by. It's got a bunch of stuff going to auction. Do you want an Elon Musk signed business card?
What the hell would I do with that?
I don't know. It's $13,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right, so here it is. The Buffalo Sabres notified certain season ticket holders who sell their game tickets on the secondary market. They are now required to purchase an in-state $5,000 license, reseller license, before they can renew their membership. Now, the thing is, this only hurts anybody that sells more than 50% of their season tickets. So I have friends, they buy season tickets and they'll sell 3 games, and they'll sell usually marquee games. They'll make their money back and then they can go to the rest. The Sabres are stepping in and saying, wait, and hockey's different. So 41 regular season home games. If you sell 20 of those, you have to buy this $5,000 license. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And Ravel says they're just trying to weed out the mom and pop ticket brokers. Yeah. And I know in today's day and age, and I'm not trying to disparage SeatGeek or Ticketmaster or anything like that, but you and I get screwed. When I go in there just to get Justin Timberlake tickets, they go on sale.
Service charge.
It's not even
$20.
that. I don't even mind that. It's that they go on sale at 10 o'clock. I log in at 10:01 and they go, oh, most of the tickets are gone. Because these bots get in there, they buy them all up, and then they go on to Ticketmaster and they're jacking up the price. That's bull crap. And was it Adele? Was it not Adele that was freaking out about that with a residency in Vegas? Tickets were going for $15,000. And she goes, that's not right. And especially, who pockets that money? These jack-offs that are taking the money, these little, Adele doesn't get that money, the venue doesn't get the money, and I'm out that money to go sell these people that are amateur ticket brokers. Good. Weed that crap out. Get it out of here. So if you got season tickets, I'm sorry to tell you, your price is going to go up. I don't know. Like, I'm not a season ticket holder, so I don't necessarily know that pain, but I'll just put it this way. I know a lot of people that are just diehard. They're going to pay season tickets no matter what. And the fact that they have a wait list tells you that they're going to keep jacking the price up. I don't know what to tell you. It's not a free enterprise here. Everything is inflated. Everything is going up. Your football team is good. Unfortunately, that's what you're going to have to pay for. All right, great stuff today. Appreciate all the support. Drop us follows at Matt Fontana Show across social media. We're on Twitter. We're up on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitch as well. We're everywhere that you need. Excited to see more coming up here tomorrow.
By tomorrow's show, we'll either have Flacco or Winston?
I think, yeah. At least we'll have the idea of who's going to, one might sign somewhere. Don't you think Joe Flacco's sitting there going, well, wait a minute, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah.
I thought I was coming back. Is this just a ploy from the Browns? Try to drive his price down? Out of those two, I'm taking Jameis Winston. I am.
I would too.
I would.
I would too.
I would. Not by a lot, and I'd rather have Justin Fields than any of them. But here we sit. So we'll see. Tomorrow, league year officially opens tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see some more. No Cavs tonight. We'll get a Blue Jackets boost sent over to Tipico. Use that code Fontana100 when you sign up. No Josh tonight, so we do have Enter the Jungle with James Rapine and crew tonight. Anything else? You got to work that?
No, I just have to upload it to Bally.
Okay, well, I shouldn't forget that.
Good thing you said that. I might have left without checking.
All right, good.
No, I think that's it.
All right, good. So we're done tonight. So we got you on Big Play. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock, same time, same channel. Appreciate you joining us right here on Big Play. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.